Hi guys, it's Angela with Panda Kisses Crafts, and we are going to be making this cute snowman zipper bag. These are super cute. There's a few sizes. You can make them as tiny as a coin purse. We are going to be making this one. This is a 5x5 size, and our first step is going to be stitching the placement stitch onto the stabilizer. I already have my tearaway stabilizer in my 5x7 hoop. It's on my machine, and I have white thread in, and I'm going to go ahead and stitch it on here, and I will come back and show you what that looks like. Okay guys, this is what the placement stitch looks like. The purpose of the placement stitch is basically to show you how big of a piece of fabric you need for the bottom and also the top. And then these 3 stitch lines show you where you need to place your zipper. So on this design, this is the snowman face, so it's facing right here. The eyes and stuff will be right here. So this is which way you want to place your zipper, either this way, if you want the zipper coming from this direction. I'm just going to put it over here. You would place it this way, and then your zipper pull would pull from this direction to this direction. Remember, your face is right here. If you would prefer to have your zipper pull from the other direction, all you have to do is flip your zipper. Just do it the other direction like this and have the pull on this side. I actually like it this way, so I'm going to go ahead and put it this way. This is a 9-inch zipper, and I will have links of where we order our zippers from in if you're in Parker on the Porches. This is a Parker on the Porch design. So if you're in her group, just go ahead and search zippers, and there's her group orders from, and they get a discount with a discount code. But you need to go into her group, her Facebook group, Parker on the Porches Facebook group, and then just search zippers, and it will show you what that code is. So in order to place this zipper, I'm going to pull this out a little bit so you guys can see better. Okay, the way that I place the zipper, Jen at Parker on the Porch, she's the designer that designs everything, and she's the owner of Parker on the Porch. She makes these placement stitches right here and right here, where you can just put your zipper between those 2 lines, and then it should be centered exactly where it needs to be. The other thing you can do, if they aren't equal distance, like you can't see them, the other thing I do is this middle line right here, that's where your zipper teeth need to be lined up. So if you see this line right here, that's where your zipper teeth is. If you line that line right there up to this line right here in the middle, that's exactly where it needs to go, and then your lines will stitch equal distance on either side, and it will look great. So you can line it up either way. I'm going to go ahead and line it up just by looking at it like this, and then I'm just going to hold it. You're also welcome to tape both sides so it doesn't move on you. If you are holding it, you actually do need to like hold it. Keep your hands out of the way, but I hold it because otherwise it moves as it's stitching, and then your placement looks bad. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch step 2, which is going to do 2 lines, one right here on either side of your zipper teeth to hold down this zipper onto your stabilizer. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll come back and show you what that looks like. Okay, again, here's your zipper. It's all tacked down. Now you need fabric to go from here to here. I went ahead and cut some vinyl, and this is the fluidity vinyl. And your next step is to go ahead and place this bottom part of your zipper bag. So I got a clean edge. I'm gonna place it up here, and I place mine all the way against the zipper teeth just to ensure that the tack down of this fabric gets caught. If you place it too far down, your stitching might go above it, and then you would have to pull it out and start over. And I don't want to do that, so I just always put it right next to the zipper. I'm going to go ahead and stitch step 3, and I will come back and show you what that looks like. Okay guys, that's what it looks like. It's all tacked down. Your next step, step 4, is going to be to put the fabric up here. Now I just have the excess of what I measured for the bottom, so I'm just going to put this up here, and I'm going to just get it all the way down on the other side of the zipper, making sure that my fabric covers all the placement stitches. So I'm going to put it just like that, and I'm going to go ahead and stitch step 4, and I will come back and show you what that looks like. Guys, that's what it looks like. Now the next step's going to be to stitch out the snowman's face. And whenever you have like dense stitching and you have thick fabric, this is really thick vinyl. It's not like super thin canvas vinyl. This is thick and it's squishy. It's the reason I like it for bags, because it turns really good and it's really good, but it's really squishy. So the stitches tend to sink into this when you have really dense stitches. So I do two things for this fabric in particular. I'm going to flip this over. And whenever you have dense stitches, if you want the best stitch out that you're going to get, I reinforce it with more stabilizer. And I don't put 2 full sheets. I just put it where the face is going to be. So I'm going to like cut this a little bit because it's too long. But I'm just going to tape another piece of tearaway stabilizer on the back so it will absorb better stitching. And then the other thing I'm going to do, let me get it and I'll show you guys. Hold on. I'm going to be using some water stabilizer. Right here it's called water soluble stabilizer. People call this WSS, and this is really used on like terry cloth towels. There's good purposes for this. For if your fabric is really furry, this keeps your needle out of your fur and getting caught and stopping the machine. But the other thing this is really good for, this helps your stitches stay above your fabric. So like if you were doing terry cloth towels, you need to be using this water stabilizer on top because it holds your stitches above all the nap of the towel and it gives you a better stitch out. So I'm going to use it on this as well, just to try help the stitches stay above squishing into this, especially because it's dense stitches. I don't want them sinking into this fabric. So I'm going to do both. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the front and then the extra tearaway on the bottom, and I will come back and show you what that looks like. Guys, here's the back. I just taped a piece down, an extra piece of tearaway. I'm going to put this back on the hoop. Okay, and then all I did was cut a small piece of the water stabilizer. It's just like a little piece of plastic, and it doesn't matter which direction you put it on. It's going to work either way. And I'm just going to put that over where the face is going to be stitched. And you can tape it down if you like. I'm probably just going to hold it. And it's just going to help the stitches not sink into my vinyl. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch the next step, which is step 5, and it is the eyes and the mouth of the snowman. Okay, there you go. There is his face, super cute. Next step we're going to do is his cheeks. And this step 6 is going to do a placement stitch for his cheeks. So I'm going to go ahead and run that, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and use this cool canvas marine vinyl. You see how thin canvas glitter vinyl is? It's super thin. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and place this here. Now, you can do this a couple different ways. I'm going to show you how I do it, and I'm just going to let you watch me do it. You can put both of these down because it's going to run in one stitch, and you can tape it. I really, you'll know in my videos, I don't like to use tape, but you can do that. I actually just run one at a time and stop my machine in between them. You couldn't just lay both of them here. Your foot will get stuck and take the other one out. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'll show you. I'm going to go ahead and just start. It's just a tack down stitch, so it's really fast. I'm just going to hold it. Okay, now it's going to directly go over to the next one and stitch if I don't stop it. So I'm going to hit stop as soon as it gets over there, and now it stops. So if I put my foot up, take my other piece, set it down. So I stop it in between the step, and then I just put it back down, and then I hit start, and I just hold at the very edges. Okay, that's how I do it. Now I'll bring you over and I'll show you. This is, we're going to need to cut all this out. Oops, it got on my foot. There we go. Push it down. It kind of grabs on my foot all the time for some reason. But I'm going to go ahead and bring it over and I will show you. We need to cut all the way around here so we can do the satin stitches next. Okay guys, here we are. There's the tack down stitches that you just watched me do. I'm going to go ahead and use applique. This is appliquing. Whenever you put fabric over a fabric, you're appliquing, and you need to cut this We're going to cut around these stitches as close as we can get around the stitches. The next step is going to do like a satin stitch around this whole thing to hold this down and make it look really pretty. But the reason you need to cut as close as you can is because you don't want your vinyl showing on the other side of your satin stitch. That's going to look bad. So I'm just going to cut these really fast, and then I'll go in and clean it up a little bit. Okay, so we got it cut a little bit, but I'm going to go over here. You got to get all these extra little tiny edges off. Otherwise, it's going to show on the other side of your stitching, and that's not going to look good. So I'm going to come in here, and I just use my fingernail to pull it up, and then I just cut it off. Let me just clean this up a little bit better. Just get it as close as you can without cutting the actual stitches, and you'll be great. Okay, so I'm going to show you that. That is what it looks like. So I'm going to bring it back over to my machine, and I'm going to run the next step, which is step 8, and it's going to do the satin stitches around this cheek. And I will come back and show you what that looks like. Okay guys, there's what those cute little cheeks look like. Now we're going to do the next step, which is going to be the snowman's nose. So this first step, step 9, is going to just show you the placement because we're going to applique the nose as well. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch that out, and I will come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, there's your placement stitch. Now I went ahead and got some more glitter vinyl. This one's a little thicker. This is marine vinyl. The other one was canvas vinyl, which is thinner. So I'm going to go ahead and put it over his nose. Pull back, it's not zooming. I'm just going to hold it there, and I'm going to stitch the next step, which is step 10, and it's just going to tack down this fabric. So I will come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, here we go. It went ahead and tacked this down. So like before, this is appliquing, so we need to cut as close as we can to these stitch lines. It's going to be a little harder for me to cut as close as the last one because this vinyl is thicker than the other vinyl, like I said. But I'm going to use my same scissors, my applique scissors, and I'm going to get as close as I can. And then I'm going to go back and clean up anything I didn't get. I tend to hold up the vinyl and cut as I'm holding it, and just throw that away. And then I'm going to get in here and get as close as I can, especially to this nose tip. We don't want any of this showing on the other side. Okay, it's super close. I don't think I can get it any closer. Hopefully this is close enough. Okay, there, that's what it looks like. Now I'm going to bring it back over to my machine, and the next step is going to do the satin stitches around the nose, and I will come back and show you what that looks like. Okay guys, so we have the nose stitched now too. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to pull this water stabilizer off. It just tears right off. It's really easy to use. I'm just going to move all that. Okay, I'm going to throw that away. I use that for the face details, and we're done with those. So now it is time to put the back of your bag on. And any time on any zipper bag, it doesn't matter whose you make, when you put the back of your, let me get it right here, when you're putting the back of your bag on, it's going to close the bag. So you have to open the zipper. If you don't open the zipper, you won't be able to turn your bag. So open your zipper now. I'm going to open it, and I always open it far enough over here that you have enough space to turn. You're going to turn your bag through this spot right here. So however far you open your zipper is going to determine how much space you have to turn your bag. I try to open the zipper as far as I can without the foot of your machine hitting the zipper pull. So if you look here, the next step, it's going to stitch all the way around this circle. This outline placement stitch is going to stitch right here. You need to make sure that your foot won't hit this, so you can't have it like all the way there. You need to have it a little bit in so your foot can pass here, but you want it open as far as you can get it because you have to turn through this spot. So you need to get your happy medium there. So I went ahead and opened my zipper. That's first. Always make sure your zipper is open. I'm actually going to put one of these lobster clasp clips. This is a D-ring swivel lobster clasp. And this is where you would put this on. And this is fold over elastic. I'm just going to use fold over elastic. People call this faux, F-O-E. And it's really just pretty stretchy elastic. It's pretty. So I'm going to put it on my clip. And you can place this anywhere you want. It's going to stitch this whole circle. So you could truly put this wherever you want, and you could put as many as you want. But I'm going to go ahead and put it over here by the zipper. I always like mine to be kind of by the zipper area. I'm going to do it a little bit angled since this is a circle. And you want to place the stuff you want to keep on the inside of your bag. Whatever's on the outside of the stitch line is going to get cut off. And what's going to happen is when you flip your bag, it's going to go like this. Make sure you can see it. It's going to go like that. So whatever you want to show, make sure it's on this side. So I go ahead and just kind of place it like that. I'm going to get some tape. And I'm going to tape this down so it stays. Okay. And if you want to place anything else in here, now is the time to do it, because your next step is going to stitch the bag closed. So you're going to take the right side of your fabric and you're going to place it face down. Make sure you're covering all your stitch lines, and then go ahead and stitch your last stitch step. And I'm just going to make sure I'm all the way over. I think I actually have to go this way to get to the top. Yep. So I will go ahead and stitch the last step, which is step 12, and I will come back and show you what it looks like. Okay guys, this is what it looks like. There's the front of your bag. That's what the back of your bag looks like right now. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out of my hoop because we are done stitching. I'm going to pull all the stabilizer off. Now remember, I have two layers of stabilizer around the face. So I'm going to just pull all this off. I'm going to clean it up, see if I can get it off quick enough to... Okay, I'm going to... Now over here, you have placement stitches, and it's going to feel like you're breaking your bag, but you tear these off. And you can open your bag through here because your zipper opens. See, here's your opening from your zipper. I'm going to try to get it as clean as I can. Okay, all I have is this top. Sorry, this part might be boring. Okay, and since this is a exposed seam bag, I cut down these strings. Here's my little thing. You don't want to cut the little knots, but I cut these little strings so you don't have a bunch of strings hanging out in the middle of your bag. So I'm just cleaning this up a little bit. If you did the enclosed seams, you wouldn't see any of this. It covers all of this. So I'm going to do the Santa zipper bag next, and I'll do that enclosed seamed. So you'll be able to see it both ways and decide which way you want to do. This way is definitely faster. The other one takes more steps, but it looks clean. Okay. Let's try to get all this off. And get these cheeks off. I'm just using the pokey part of my scissors to help me get that out. Okay. Okay, it's all done. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut all the way around this. You're going to need some heavy-duty scissors because you have to cut through the excess zippers and stuff. So just cut around without cutting any of your stitch lines. Okay, I got my whole bag cut out. Got it cleaned up. Okay, so here's your opening right here. And you're just gonna flip your bag through this opening. And this is vinyl, so it's gonna take a little bit of moving. Just kind of gently do it. And this one's a circle, so it's a little different than the squares. It's probably actually going to be a little easier. You don't have to get the corners out as rigidly as the square rectangle bags. So I'm just using my finger to push out the seams so we can try get this to look like a circle. And depending on what vinyl or fabric you use, this is always easier with woven fabric because it's just thinner and easier to mold. But I think vinyl works just fine. If you have a really tough vinyl, some people say that they heat it and then they can get it to mold better. I don't think I need that with this. This vinyl is really great for bags. So this fluidity. And again, I'll have links. A lot of people ask me, where'd I get this? Where'd I get that? If you go to this show more or see more or something like that, underneath the video, all my videos, every single one of my videos has links to different stuff I use. So it can help you so you don't have to just sit there and search for stuff. Okay, so there we go. I could work with the vinyl a little bit more, but basically there's your cute little zipper bag. Super fun. This one, the other size, the 4x4 is a little smaller, so it's really cute for a coin purse, but this one's really cute for a coin too. You can see how big it is. This is the 5x5 and it's in my hand. But there you go. You have the inside, you have your zipper, you have your cute face, and then I added the clip so it can hang on to bags or whatever you want it to go on. I hope this tutorial helped you. Thank you so much.